My Shayla. My Shayla. Let me guess. You saw this message before you went to bed, or you woke up with this message, and it's over. Me too. I'm right there with you. Welcome to YouTube TikTok Refugees. I'm TheNinaGabriella, and we're going to talk about what your next steps are. I'm your TikTok counselor, ready to give you a helping hand because we're going to go through this transition together. Come on, grab my hand. Okay, come on. Let me show you the way. I want to kind of make a PSA video. This isn't like the videos I normally make on this channel. I usually make video game content or I talk about Japanese culture, but I kind of wanted to make just a little video talking about the TikTok ban because, well, it might affect a lot of us. And if you need any support or a community, I want us to find it here. To really get into this video, I'm going to tell you guys a couple points of how you can easily transition into YouTube if you're a small creator, if you guys want to continue your journey. I'll also just offer you a couple extra tips of how being a small creator on YouTube is working for me and see if it might be the journey for you. Upon the time of recording this, TikTok was not banned. And it looks like up until just about an hour ago after I had already recorded this video, it looks like it's starting to work again. So everything talked about in this video is under the pretenses that if TikTok, Lemonade, and CapCut aren't working. Now I know they are actually still working from what I've heard, but there are a couple issues with them and there might be issues down the line, so a chance that they can get banned later on. Either way, continue with the video. If TikTok and everything is unbanned for you, I still suggest that you watch this in the cases that there might be some issues with some of these apps down the line. And if you like some of the tips here, I would love it if you join my community. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you see here today. Let me start by telling you a little bit about my journey of how I transitioned from YouTube to TikTok, then back to YouTube again. No, I won't be talking about the political sides and views of how the whole thing went. That's just not me. I'm more talking about life after TikTok. What if the ban doesn't get overruled and we're just here on YouTube? I'm here to first say it's okay. The app had billions of people on it. So it only makes sense that a lot of people are a little bit stressed. If you're a person that wasn't really affected because of the TikTok ban or, Lemonade, CapCut, or whatever, this might not be the video for you. First of all, like I said, I'm literally in my pajamas. I just woke up to this message and you're confused, like, what the heck am I supposed to do? My life is falling apart. That's why I'm here. First, start off by briefly sharing my own story with TikTok and my integration to YouTube and how you might be able to do it yourself. Now, I started YouTube way long before. I'm pretty sure I started a YouTube channel in like 2012. Did it ever take off? No. It didn't take off till last year. But last year I went into YouTube with a better plan than I did in my previous years when I did YouTube. Granted, in 2012 I was 11, but nonetheless I still had a YouTube channel. My years previously compared to now is, well, crazy. You see, when I started TikTok, I didn't really expect too much from it. I wasn't trying to be an influencer, I wasn't trying to be some big creator. I was just posting stuff because I liked posting it. The passion was there for me, and that's why I started TikTok. And here's the thing, for a lot of us small creators, I think the big thing to win with these platforms, to earn your monetization back, to show people the care that you love, it comes from the passion of what you like to do. And I'm sure other big YouTubers have talked about this before, but I think that's what worked for me. You see, before 2024, I was just posting to post. My end goal was a bit off. You see, my goal for YouTube at that point in time was, I want to be famous. So what did that entail for me to become famous? Well, I had to just keep posting. It didn't matter what I was posting. But for me to win at YouTube, or for me, my end goal of YouTube was to become famous. And my issue at 11 years old was that what I was posting wasn't necessarily going to get me to the end goal of becoming famous. I gave up on that a little later down the line, and I pretty much just stopped posting on YouTube altogether. Sometime in college during the pandemic, I started posting a little bit on YouTube again, but mainly on Spotify and Instagram. I started my own podcast channel where that allowed me to, again, post on YouTube, but also start dwindling down my niche of what exactly I wanted to create. And my goals changed. My goals weren't necessarily to want to be famous anymore. I wanted to help people that were dealing with the pandemic, which is why I started a podcast. I think you guys can still find that podcast if you really want to listen to it, but that is no point of this. So during my time of making the podcast wasn't really doing that well, but my goal was to help people, and that's what I felt like I was doing. I was making podcast videos, and sure, I was only getting like 30, 50 views, 100 views on a good day from my podcast. It didn't matter to me because I liked what I was doing, and I think people could start seeing that, which is why I think my views went from like nothing to something. And I was really excited, and I was proud of that. Here's the kicker. This is where things really started to change. From college, I went to Japan, and that's where my journey really started of finding something I love and showing people my passion for what I love. I've always dreamed about going to Japan, always. And the crazy thing about that is that I somehow turned going into Japan into my career starter. You see, when I was in Japan, I vlogged a little bit here and there. Some vlogs did really good, some didn't do that good. But it eventually led me back into coming back to America. And the crazy thing is that most of the videos I had posted about Japan, I didn't really start posting them until I got back to America. And that's what started my TikTok journey. Because instead of me making these long form YouTube videos that took me forever to edit, I started making short form videos, and those did really well in TikTok. And the crazy thing is that they did even better when I returned to TikTok, because I was talking about what I had done in Japan as opposed to when I was actually there and I just wanted to experience life. It brings me back here today. So what made me go from TikTok back to YouTube when TikTok was doing well for me? Because I liked creating what I was creating. The passion was there. And the thing about passion is that it follows you. Passion follows so many people. When you like something, people know it. When you are enthralled of something amazing or something new, people can feel it. You can feel it in your heart that you really love that product. You really love what you're talking about. And I think that's why I was able to create a great Japanese culture / gaming niche on my channels. But here's the thing. When I started TikTok, it made me want to start YouTube again, because I saw how well those small short form videos were doing. And I started thinking I could just take what I do short form and make it longer. You see, the way I had created my gaming videos once I returned back from Japan, I realized I couldn't talk about Japan forever. I didn't live there anymore. So I started talking about another passion of mine, another hobby, gaming. I love gaming. I can talk about gaming like all day long, and there's so many games I've played. And granted, it might not be new games, like I'm not talking about the Nintendo Switch or anything all the time, but it was just something I liked doing and something I do in my free time. But I wanted to make sure I stayed true to myself, not talk about any subjects I don't have knowledge in, unless that was the whole point of the video or something. But that's how I started talking about things that I wasn't passionate in, video games I didn't like, and that did really well for me as well. So before I go on, don't want to bore you, start with your passion and take those small things that you had created and turn them into larger things. Look back at your shorts. If you had the opportunity to save any of your TikToks, or if you go back into the drafts of where you had them, whether they have the TikTok mark on it or not, look at them and see if you can turn any of those short form videos into long form content. That's how I had started. If you're a person who doesn't like showing your face, you don't have to. You can show the DS. You can show the game. You don't have to you don't have to show your face in all the videos. Heck, in my videos, I show my face for about 2 minutes before I go into a full just voiceover of the game I'm actually playing. And you are easily able to do that yourself with a couple skills and tools just from using the internet. Shooting long form content. Obviously, TikTok sold a bunch of like digital cameras and stuff in their e-commerce, but however you shoot your videos already for your short form content is how you should be shooting them for your long form content. YouTube now has short form content. Or if you want to do long form content, flip your phone. You don't have to have some 4K, 2K fancy camera to get started on YouTube. I private some of my older videos, but if you look at some of my older videos, they are not the fanciest. They don't have to be the fanciest. The goal really is to put passion in your videos. They don't have to be fancy cameras. Some of these streamers out here, these big name YouTubers, started with 480p cameras. But you know why people followed them? Because they're cool. Everyone starts because they're cool. because I liked watching their content. And that goes for you too. People will follow you and watch you if they like what you post. But this also might be an opportunity to try something new. So another thing I want to bring up is to don't rush. You don't have to rush into doing YouTube right away. People will always still be here. I'm speaking to this like I'm some sort of big influencer. I'm not. This is for small creators. And I'm definitely saying that what you bring to the table really matters. Now, I can ramble on talking about this for a lot longer than need be. And to be honest, I'm sure nobody wants to sit here for 15, 20 minutes just listening to stuff they probably already know. The last thing I want to say is just don't lose your spark. I know this is stressful right now. There's a good chance Lemonade and TikTok maybe be back. But these are just a couple options for you in case they, well, maybe not come back. To be honest, I was ignorant. I didn't really think TikTok was going to get banned. The thing I want to say is just give it a try. YouTube Shorts is doing very well at trying to push new videos into the algorithm. And if you have the passion and you're able to grab people's attention, I say try again. I know starting from the bottom sucks, but think of it this way. As you're building up your viewership here on YouTube, when TikTok opens up, at least you'll be able to tell your TikTok followers that you started a new program, and if anything like this ever happens again, hopefully it doesn't, at least they have somewhere else they can find you, and you have another stream of money revenue that will be waiting for you. So take that into consideration. The final thing I want to say, let's say you've listened to everything I said and you're like, I'm not sold. I really don't think YouTube will be the platform for me. I feel like that's completely understandable as well. So here's the thing, I didn't think YouTube was going to really be for me either, so I understand by feeling a little bit cold feet about trying to do YouTube. I feel like it's a bit harder to really find your niche here. It's sometimes a bit harder to get followers and subscriptions, and especially without promoting on other platforms like TikTok, it's like, how do I bring in that community engagement? In my opinion, I feel like long form content does a lot better here on YouTube than short form content, and that's just my personal opinion. But if you are a person who really likes doing short form content, out doing short form content on YouTube Shorts just to see if you like it. And on another hand, I would even try taking those short form videos, making them long form videos. But if short form content is your thing, Instagram Reels is still there, and new programs are going to be coming out very soon. Also say this might be also a great time to detox for a lot of people. I feel like I spent so much time on TikTok scrolling and saving ideas and, just being on the app all the time for what? For it to just get banned pretty much. So I gotta say, if you're not trying to rush into being a content creator again, this might be a great time to just sit back, play some video games, watch some video game content elsewhere, start a hobby so then when you start your YouTube channel, you can tell someone that you learned something during the TikTok ban. Think of it like COVID, spend time with family, get off your phone for a little bit, take some time to relax, and just enjoy life a little bit. As much as I didn't want TikTok banned, in another way, I'm a little bit happy it got banned because I can just get off the app a little bit. Maybe this ban won't last for long, maybe it will, but I think this is a great opportunity for people to connect with others without having to feel like, oh my gosh, let me show you this TikTok video. You don't have to show me your TikTok video, because TikTok's gone now. But that's okay. Stay positive. I know for some people, TikTok was their everything, was their Shayla. Take these ideas with a grain of salt, but I hope they help you with your creator's journey if you're a small creator looking to get back into small creation again. Don't know if I'm going to be doing another video like this in any time in the near future. Working on a buttload of game review videos that I'd rather talk about instead. But this is a safe space. This is a nice, friendly, fun community. So I just wanted to extend a open, welcoming hand to you TikTok lovers or creators, and to all my creators that have already supported me so far. So I just am praying that this will all be okay soon, and you guys will stick around. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I think I've rambled your ear off long enough. Hopefully I've given you enough information and the tools of success of how I've gotten here so far. Like I said, if any of this was informational to you and you'd like to stick around for some of my gaming videos and Japanese culture videos, day in my life videos, I ask that you hit that subscribe button. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I hope you're doing okay today. Follow for more game reviews, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye!